Shalom. And I'm going to start off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Chodesh. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forth this word with truth and sincerity, and your few Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. I'm the brother Machaya from the camp JMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson. And I've been meditating upon this, this week, how that this truth is our life. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Because everything around our life, my life, revolves around the truth, man. With everything, every decision, everything that I do, the truth is involved. Okay? In the sense of it's the main focus. Okay, of course, brothers have responsibilities. You got to go to work. There's certain brothers that have families. They have to take care of their kids and wife or whatnot. But at the end of the day, the main focus is the truth, man. Okay? And those responsibilities that we have, it never gets in the way of us pushing forth this word, man. Which that's how it's supposed to be. Okay? If you're truly putting on as the elect, you're going to keep the truth as the main focus, man. But let's start with this. In Psalms 119 and verse 15, it says, I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. Okay, this is the psalmist King David. Right? So, I'm saying that's what we do. We meditate upon the precepts, man. Okay, hey, that's how I started the lesson, right? How I was pondering upon this week, how that this truth is my life with scriptures. This scripture right here is an example of how this is our life, because as I was meditating upon it, precepts came to mind, right? And this was one of them. That's what, pushed me to make this lesson today. Okay? Even when we're out and about taking care of our responsibilities, scriptures come to our mind. Our mind is flooded with scriptures. Okay? We're watching lessons, right? We're reading, we're doing lessons. It's our life, man. That's how it's supposed to be. And we have our elders and apostles on down as examples to follow, because you could clearly see how that this truth is embedded in them, man. Okay? You could see it, because the way they do their lessons, when they pour out the wisdom, it's like a second nature unto them. It's not a struggle for them to, to preach the word in a sense. Okay, you can see like it's part of them. It just flows. And that's how it's supposed to be, man. This word is supposed to be a part of you. Okay? If you're truly meditating upon the scriptures, if you're truly investing your time in this word, it's going to show forth. Okay? If your mind is really single, let's get that too. Single. It's going to show. Okay? You know what I'm saying? This is Matthew 6. I'm going to start at verse 21. Okay, but the point is really at verse 22. Because like I stated, man, what you pour into yourself is going to show. By your mannerisms, your actions, what comes out your mouth is going to show what you do on your free time. That's why it's highly important to really take heed of what you consume. Okay? Not in the sense of course, in the sense of your diet too, but right now the focus on, things that you feed into your mind. Okay? Okay, you have to feed the spirit more than you feed the flesh. You can't always be 24/7 watching folly. Okay? And here it is, you haven't read. You haven't watched lessons or read an article, whatever. Things that's beneficial for your spirit. You're here all day scrolling through the gram, on TikTok. I'm saying, watching TV all day, and then here it is, you haven't watched any lessons, and you didn't read anything, didn't make a lesson. Okay? These small habits will have an effect on your spirit. Okay? Now it's a struggle for you to make lessons, because what? You're not pouring into yourself, man. That's why it's a struggle for you to make lessons, because you're not pouring, you're not tapping in. If you're tapped in, hey, of course, your mind is going to be flooded with topics and ideas of different lessons to make, man. Very important to watch what your mind consumes, man. That's why you have to manage that, man. Even me, when I, go on the gram, or, I'm saying, I try to limit that as small as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is a trap, bro. You be there, you think you spent 2 minutes, and here this 30 minutes went by. You know what I mean? I try to limit that shit as little as possible, man. Okay? Because that shit's a trap, man. But anyways, let's read this. Matthew 6, which of course on TikTok and Instagram, different information comes out, that about the news or whatnot you can make a lesson on. But, just, don't stay within that realm for too long, man. Because, you might get some information for a lesson, but at the same time, you scroll and Esau throws some booty video or some folly, and then you just, oh wow, ooh, click on the page. You know what I'm saying? Tripping. So let's read this, man. Matthew 6 and verse 21. It says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Yeah, where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be. And our treasure is in heaven. Okay, that's this truth, because it comes directly from the heavens, man. So that's why our heart, which is the Hebrew word for heart, is lab, which means mind. Our mind is in heaven. Okay, so you have to tap into the spiritual things, man. All right, if you focus on the things that's here and there, here and the right now, focus on celebrity gossip or whatever, that's where your heart is going to be. Okay. Oh, there's a precept in Proverbs. I must get this. We're gonna come back to this. How does it go again? Damn. As he thinketh, so is he. I must get this to back up my point. There it is. There it is. This one backs up the point of how where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay. So let's read this. Proverbs 23 and verse 7. "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, he said to thee, but his heart is not with thee." But the point I want to get from this precept is the first line. As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So what your thoughts are, that's who you are. It's going to show. Okay? If you focus on the woman all the time, it's going to show. Okay? You know what I'm saying? If you focus on folly all the time, it's going to show. Of course, everything within a balance. I'm not saying you can't think about women. You can't indulge into some folly here and there. You know what I'm saying? Everything within a balance, but you can't let that consume you, man. Okay? You have to learn when to tap out of those thoughts. Because it's just not beneficial for you, man. It's not beneficial for your spirit. Okay, because we're here to invest in our spirit, man. Because what? The outward man perisheth. The inward man is supposed to be renewed day by day. You gotta let the outward man perish, man. But it's lust and all that, man. But all these things come with you, what? Putting in the effort. Okay? You know yourself. You know what your flaws are. Okay? You know what you need to spend less time on. Okay? Don't let your mind be occupied by these follies and shit, man. Okay? As I'm making this lesson, I'm speaking to myself too, because, hey, I'll be rebuking myself a whole lot of time, man. Okay? When I find myself thinking too much about women, or I be too much tapped into folly, whatever. Be like, yo, relax, you're tripping. You know what I'm saying? Think about some scriptures or something. You know what I'm saying? Go watch a lesson. Go read. Make a lesson. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Or go speak to a brother. Whatever. Just for you to tap out of that. You know what I'm saying? Letting your mind be consumed by these thoughts, man. Because Satan is a motherfucker. Satan is a motherfucker, man. Okay? He knows our weaknesses. He knows what thoughts to bombard your mind with to keep you there and still pondering upon it, man. Have you in the abyss. Okay? Was that the Grinch? I shall stare into the abyss. Okay? You don't want to be there, man. All right? Back to Matthew 6 in verse 21 again, it says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." Okay, so if your mind is single, your body's going to be full of light. Single upon what? The truth, man. That's it. The truth is the main focus. Let the truth be immersed with you. You have to be one with this, man. Once again, look at our apostles and elders as examples to follow, man. Does not scripture say, "Mark the perfect man"? Let's get that. And you could clearly see, if you have eyes to see, if you're a spiritual man, you have judgment, you can see that, the elders, the apostles, especially the apostles, you can see that this truth is their life, man. Because what the years they've put in, okay? It's their life. Perfect. And it's our life too. Shit. This is Psalms 37 and verse 37. It says, "Mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace." You got to mark the perfect man. I want to see what that word mark says here. Hold on. 37. Bear with me. Okay. So the word mark here is shamar. Okay, which means what? To keep, guard, observe, give heed, basically look at. Okay. Let's see what it says in the Strongs. To protect, attend, to be circumspect, beware, take heed. Yeah, you take heed. You observe the perfect man. Okay. And once again, the elders and apostles, those are men that we follow after, because those are the men of the Lord. And we are men of the Lord. Our brothers we are enduring this until the end. Right? I was thinking about something. Damn, it escapes my mind. What was it, man? But yeah, it'll come to me if it's important. But yeah, you mark the perfect man and you follow their example, man. Okay, let this truth be. Let's get this. I think this is what I was thinking about in Ephesians. By the washing of water. Ephesians. Okay, blue, that is tripping. Okay, let's go into KJV. Where is it? Ephesians 6? I know it's in Ephesians. There we go. Ephesians 5, verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. Okay, and that's how we're being cleansed. That's how we're being sanctified, being clean, and shedding, getting that dross out of us, or, the bad traits that we may have is by this word, man. Okay. This is the cleansing. And we are in a cleansing process, of casting off, the old mindset that we had being in the world and being renewed by the new man. Okay, which is after the image of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. All right, because we've been greatly polluted, man, being in the world, bro. Since birth, since we came out the womb, man, Esau has been polluting you, in all aspects, man. So, of course, we have to go to this cleansing process in order for our mind to be renewed, man. And daily, this is happening, man. To where that as each and every day goes by, like it says in Proverbs, the light of the righteous shineth from day to day. We're getting more and more shaped into the image of Yahweh Shai. Okay, being more and more one with the truth, man. With the truth being basically our life. Okay, every decision that you make, it's always that, is this going to come in the way? Let's just say, for example, okay, you want to get a new job, you get an interview, they give you the days that you're supposed to work, And one of the first thoughts that come to mind is like, yo, is this gonna come in the way of me getting to camp? Right? That's what was one of the first thoughts. Proving to you how that this truth is your life. Okay, that's just an example right there, man. You know, you ask for counsel, oh brother, I got this new job, man. You know, what should I take it? You know, I might come late to camp, but it's beneficial, you know? Because why you I single upon the truth. You see? Yeah, man. But anyways, man, this was in my spirit. All right, so I'm going to close it off there. Bringing all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Chodesh. Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'm going to say Shalom.